because the other match finished so quickly that we've got Chriseay versus Tyler all set up ready to go. So we're going to hop right into the first semifinal match between Tyler on even Feln and Chriseay on that sweet Skycrag aggro deck. So let's head down to the action with the semifinals. All right, let's tell our players they are good to go. It might take them a second because they were waiting, watching that other semifinal, but gonna ping them both and let them know that they are good. So let's be patient with them in just a second. And I will get the scoreboard updated as well because we moved so quickly that I didn't have a chance to update the scoreboard yet. We've got Tyler on the top of the screen. We've got Chriseay on the bottom of the screen. Neither player ranked at this point, but they might be after this next round. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I never noticed this before, but Chriseay has only got 4 market cards.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Threw in something else in their main hand.
That is an odd number of 4, maybe an even number, but 4 is an odd number of market cards. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. I just kind of was looking at that and was like, "Whoa."
All right, so this hand for Chriseay, let's see. No 1-drop on the start. That's a little tough. Drew the Oni Patrol. Too late. Come on, Patrol. Showing up on time for your duties here. But too late for that. Chriseay going to go with the Dusk Raider. Let's get that 2-drop out instead. And then we've got Crafty Occultist and Jet coming down. So I don't know when we're going to see that Oni Patrol. We'll have to see.
Yeah. I think Chriseay is about to get crafty. Here comes the exploit.
I wonder if the exploit's going to take the Jack. It might just take the Crafty and just leave it with the Jack.
Jack is super good. Crafty's good.
On the other hand, Tyler looking at a Vine Grafter, Bam, Sneaky P, Herald Song, and 2 copies of Dural Ascending. You know, this is the second time we've seen a player exploit against this aggro deck on turn 2 instead of Vine Grafter. And I'm no expert, but that seems tough. It seems like Vine Grafter is exactly what you want against this deck. Seems tough to go with exploit against a Skycrag aggro deck as opposed to playing your 2/2 regen on turn 2, but I could be wrong about that. I'd be interested to see what the experts in chat have to say about playing exploit on turn 2 versus Vine Grafter against this deck.
I really want to see what their opinion is on taking out Jack over Crafty Occultist as well, because Crafty Occultist could technically be a flyer. Obviously, it's not right now, but it could have been a thing.
True. I'm pretty impressed. Actually, I'm happy with the meta today. I mean, we did see a lot of Trove. We did see a lot of Menace Trove, which is nice. And I think that, you know, that is definitely a player in the meta. But it's been actually relatively even overall. It's not like Menace dominated today. I mean, we've got 4 different decks in the top 4, 3 copies in the top 8. You know, I think that's perfectly reasonable for a meta game at this point.
Yeah, this is pretty wild because in the Stormbreak 5K Open top 64, there were 35 decks that ran a Feln combination, and 18 of which were just strictly Feln. We even saw one of those strictly Feln decks win the entire tournament, which is the Boxer, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. 5 strictly Feln decks finished in the top 8 as well. Was in my notes.
So play Primal. That's the even this one you got the so wait, you even the top 4 here though. We got even Feln, we've got Skycrag Aggro, we've got Kira, and we've got Menace. So yeah, Primal in all 4 decks. So maybe the decks are evenly split, but yeah, Primal is in all 4 of the in all 4 of the top decks here. And Time then, I think is the only thing not represented.
No Icaria this tournament.
Yeah, no Icaria at all tonight, yeah.
But we did see so still viable, still very deadly.
Now this is interesting for Chriseay because Chriseay did have a good start, but Tyler's still at 23, and we see the power of even-handed Golem here, able to draw those 2 cards and also put up a blocker, or even pair up with the Dural to take down a blocker if they want. But Chriseay has a lot of damage, but really nothing in hand. They can play out a Grenadin. Yeah, this Berserk attack with this Ash Elemental is not going to work because the double block's just going to take it out on the first attack. Not attacking with the Dusk Raider there either. I guess didn't want to trade that Dusk Raider. Just having the Berserk was too the Inspire Berserk combo. I guess was more important than the extra 2 damage for Chriseay. Here we go. Herald's Song, and the Tyler does have the influence to discard a Fell Rock and play that from hand. So there we go. There's a free 5/2.
How does it go? How does the song go?
How does the song go?
Is it super catchy?
Good question. Good question. All right, Oni Patrol Berserk, but things are looking rough for Chriseay now. We got that free Fell Rock. That's a free blocker, and we've got a Geralt now at a 3/5. So talk about stabilizing here.
Feisty.
Oh, sorry,
Ooh.
I'm not super familiar with Herald's Song. I don't think Herald is a very good singer, so I've never listened to his music. But
Okay, all right. So he's like my dad in the shower then.
yeah, something like that.
All
All right, gonna attack it, and that's gonna get the Onslaught trigger. So Oni Patrol with Berserk. I mean, that's a good unit, but unfortunately, a 3/2 Berserk in the face of a 3/5 blocker isn't great. All right, here comes the Bam! Sneaky P. 3/5 for 4 when Bam attacks. Play a 1/1 Yeti Spy. Also has a shift ability, but not using that relevant here.
I really like this Yeti.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He draws your favorite Yeti.
Yeah, drew it a little too late though.
Is that
my favorite Yeti?
Yeah.
It's close. No, I think my favorite Yeti is Yeti Pioneer, the 3/2 fire reckless, get an extra power. I think Yeti Pioneer is my favorite, and he's got a sweet hat, so that's what matters. I go for the hats. Who's got the best hats on the board?
Okay. Okay. Are you a big fan of fur hats by any chance?
Potentially. Oh, another Fell Rock here.
I throw those on my dragons.
Oh, Fell Rock's wearing a hat, might be, but another free Fell Rock. I'm gonna call it here. I think this game 1 is over. Tyler's got this one. I don't think there's anything that Chriseay can do. And now attacking in, start getting a Yeti Spy every turn. And when the aggro deck is in a place where they need to start blocking, that's not great.
That's not good. Yeah.
That's not what you want to be doing.
And it's kind of annoying too because you feel like you should be the aggressor. Why am I having to play defense?
Exactly. Oh, Grenahen too. This game is over. Pack it in, and move on to game 2. 2 vicious overgrowths in hand for Tyler.
Let's get some snowballs in the chat.
Snowballs in chat. Yeah, I mean, Milos is good as a berserk overwhelm, but again, I got a 3/5 blocker. What are you going to do about it? That's tough. I'm not even sure what. I guess in Chriseay's deck, I'm trying to think what could Chriseay even draw to get out of this, right? And I think it's the Flyers, it's the Dragons maybe is the only shot, because playing out random units is not going to do anything here. There's no way. Vargas1, thank you so much for the follow, much appreciated. Hey Aqua, thank you so much, co-hosting tonight, gifting a sub to Vincent 80. Thank you so much.
I know Vincent, not in person. I know them. The odds of them winning was 1 in 181, by the way.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the gifted sub. We appreciate your support and being on here with me as well. Well, there you go. There's the dragon. And like I said, I think that's the only way to win, but it's not going to be enough. These amplified vicious overgrowths with 2 Geralts out, just too much from Tyler. The problem with that was Tyler was just able to stabilize way too early in that match. It almost didn't even matter at the end, right? It was just once they stabilized, that was all they needed. Alrighty, let's see. Here's Chriseay Skycrag aggro deck, but Tyler's gonna take that first one with even Feln. So, I wasn't saying it for a while. It didn't cross my mind, but you know what? Is even Feln gonna be able to run it back, winning the open, and then everyone moving on and saying, you know what? With the Huntress nerf, it's not that good. With Akaria gone, it's not that good. And now here it is, 1 game away from the finals after the nerfs. I don't know. Maybe the even Feln deck isn't dead. Turns out it's still good.
It's still viable.
Turns out it is still viable. You know, maybe it needs some tweaking, but turns out even-handed Golem and Grenahan is still good.
Plus that Bam sneaky peeky, like once that comes out, man, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen that one very much, but
And a speaking circle. So like, yeah.
Once you get to the speaking circle, though, I think game's over. Once you get, if you're able to get to the speaking circle against Chriseay here, then you're doing things right.
Also, side note, this even Feln deck that Tyler's playing has a Silver Blade Menace in the market, which I said was, there it is, number 3 on the top 25 market cards in the Stormbreak Open.
Yep. We haven't I think we've only seen it once tonight, but yeah, pretty good card to have. Turns out having a unit that can just drain 10 from the face is pretty good. I like this hand a lot more from Chriseay. Here we go. We've got a Snowcrest Yeti on the play, into a Dusk Raider, into a Crafty Occultist. The only problem that Chriseay is going to face here is we've got the dreaded 2-drops. We got Grenahan and Vinegrafter. This deck is so good against aggro. Like, Vinegrafter is so good against aggro. 2/2 regen. Grenahan's so good against aggro. 1/3 lifesteal. Look how good Grenahan looks in the face of a Snowcrest Yeti. I mean, I think either one you're fine playing with here. Actually, you know what? In this case, I might annihilate the Dusk Raider. This is the one time separate. Last game, I think you should have played the Vinegrafter. This game, I think it's fine to annihilate the Dusk Raider here because you don't want Dusk Raider to be able to be giving units Berserk. I think that's fine if you want to do that here. You can always play out your Grenahan later. Although, if we were going to do that, I would do it before you drew for the turn so that Chriseay didn't draw a Berserk Oni Ronin. I guess maybe if you're not going to do that, maybe there's a Damara coming down here instead of the Annihilate, but I would have just annihilated that turn. And you get the Thunder of Wings now too. Oof.
Oh, that's Dragon. That yep, that's that Dragon card from the market we were talking about.
All right, well, Tyler's going to use that Annihilate on the Dragon instead. Maybe that was their plan all along, but without seeing that Dragon, I'm going to guess it wasn't. But yeah, that's tough there. Now we have an Oni Ronin with Berserk. But here comes the Vinegrafter. There we go. Oh, Permafrost. What a draw. What a draw for Chriseay. That is the exact right answer to Vinegrafter. Attack in for 4. And now I get to play out either an Occultist or I get to play out 2 Oni Ronin, 1 with Berserk. All right, looking good. Now we've got, let's see. But now Tyler can still go Grenahan Annihilate. So, like, it's not over. Like, look how good Grenahan is here again. 3/2/1 attackers. So, annihilate the Dusk Raider and then play out a 1/3 lifesteal. And you're in great shape.
Are we going to see a Waylay come from out of the market?
Maybe. Probably not. What's Waylay going to do here? Discarding things? Probably not. Stealing the Void? I don't think that really matters. If we're going to go to the Void on the Feln side, let's see. Or, sorry, the market, we're going to probably just see Silverblade Menace, I would think.
Okay. All right.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, there's the chicken coming down, holding that Annihilate. Again, I don't love the Annihilate. I'd probably gonna whisper that into the mic. If you're gonna annihilate, I'd annihilate first, but that's okay. Just before the draw step, but it's okay. I mean, maybe I'm dumb and Tyler's holding on to it to take care of maybe like a Milos or something like that, and so you don't want to, but that would make sense.
Got that Oni Patrol in hand. I saw it gives that +1/+1.
Yeah, we're gonna get that onslaught here. All right, actually gonna go with the Damara. Interesting. Okay. Well, the Damara can take care of the Dusk Raider. That's good. And the Grenahan can block there. It's good. Grenahan, fantastic card. Just 8. The Grenahan just ate a 2/1 Berserk Warcry for free and gained a health, which is so good. And then even-handed Golem here is going to be great. You also can Honor of Claws and discard a Fell Rock if you want. But even-handed Golem is going to be a blocker +2 cards. And you get to keep up Annihilate.
Grenahan, the number 2 unit. in the top 25 units of the Stormbreak Open.
Renahan's just so
Now,
good.
clearly the number one unit
Yeah,
for
Renahan,
sure, without a doubt.
quite good card. I don't know. This is looking tougher and tougher for Chriseay. I mean, I like the Skycrag aggro deck, and it's very impressive. It's gotten all the way to the top 4, but I don't know. This looks like a tough uphill battle against this deck that's full of Grenahens and even-handed golems and vine grafters. It's like those are like 3 of the worst units. I mean, or vine grafter and Grenahen are 2 of the hardest units for aggro to fight against. So it's tough. But can do some damage here. Gonna go back to 11, and here comes another Crafty Occultist. I do like Crafty Occultist in the deck. I'll tell you what, playing Crafty Occultist in this Skycrag aggro deck that just basically allows you to refill your hand. Look at this. You just get a 5/5 unit and then just draw 2 more cards. Like, that's so sweet here.
Yeah. Plus the versatility, too, of making it into a flyer.
All right, Annihilate gonna take out that Oni Ronin. All right, Honor of Claws. This is going to be sweet because Honor of Claws is going to draw 3 cards. Then it's going to discard a Felrock. Then it's going to play an Insignia and then play a Vine Grafter. This is so sick. Oh, beautiful sequencing there. Drawing the 6th power off of the Honor of Claws. Playing the Felrock for free. Oh, man. This Feln deck has some sweet synergies, I'll tell you what. Just every card just works so well together, even without Huntress. Like, Huntress is the best card and the best unit in the game, right? But it's even without Huntress, it's still firing on all cylinders here.
Getting a phone call from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I don't know anybody from Pennsylvania. Shout out.
My roommate in college was from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow, that's super creepy. Maybe your roommate's calling me.
Maybe. I doubt it, but possibly. All right, empty-handed for Chriseay with a 4/1 dragon. Ooh, but empty-handed means we get invasive species. So for those of you who haven't seen this, invasive species is a 1-cost 2/1 reckless, which is like, oh, that's not very good stats. But bargain, hit the enemy player while you have no cards at hand, and you get to play it for free. And then Entomb, it dies, you get to add another one to your market. So it allows aggro decks who run out of gas to basically just get free 2/1s. I don't know if that's going to be enough. The only thing here, as I said before, is that Chriseay maybe can sneak through damage with the flyers. That's the thing. Like right here. Now, Tyler is going to have to stun this 4/1 here because Chriseay has the torch. And Dazzle can't stop torch. So let's see if Tyler knows that they have to stun this 4/1. Chriseay better attack first, too. But that does seem like a weakness here. It seems like this Feln deck, if it has a weakness, is the flying. Same with the Trove deck. They both seem like they were weak to this 4/1 flyer. See if Tyler dazzles the dragon or not. Tyler does. Heads up play, dazzling that dragon. That's going to save them from lethal. Okay, put Tyler down to 5. Oh, I guess the thought there on the torch was that you could maybe get another invasive species, but it makes a lot of sense to not fire off that torch, keep the information. So you're basically trading information for a 2/1, but I think that's better this way.
Yeah, Crafty Occultist was number 4 on the top 25 units list.
So the cards, the new cards that they printed did pretty well here. Going to the market here for Tyler, I wonder if we're going to see that Silverblade Menace. No, we're going to see Champion of Cunning. That can stop a 4/1 flyer. Here we go. Flying Aegis Regen. Oh, wait. Look at this. This is so close. Hold on. Chriseay might be able to set up lethal next turn. Okay, so here's the play. Chriseay waits. Next turn, hold both of these cards in hand. Next turn, play Jack. Discard whatever you draw to deal 2 to Tyler's face, and then torch face. And that's 5 damage to the face. So if Tyler can't gain health, if Tyler can't gain life here, I think that Chriseay has lethal. Let's see what Tyler can do. Giral. think this might be a sneaky lethal for Chriseay. Geral's not going to do it. Second Geral's not going to do it. All Chriseay needs to do is play Jack, discard a card. Oh no, they gain... Oh, where did they gain the health from? How did Tyler gain that health? Did I miscount something?
See if there's anything in the void.
Yes. Oh, maybe it was a power. It was a painting. Oh my gosh, it was a painting to gain 1. And that's not enough now. It's only 5. Oh no. So Chriseay had exactly 5 damage with the Jack and the torch.
Comes with the torch anyways. Says I'm gonna get there one way or another.
But because of the painting, the Feln painting gaining 1 health put Tyler out of lethal range. Tyler's going to have to watch this replay and see how close he was. Oh my goodness.
$20 damage coming at you.
Hey, I think this is just game. Yeah, Vicious Overgrowth in hand. That's game. Tyler's going to win it. Oh, brutal.
Wow, even Feln. Still viable.
Still good. Look at that. Tyler's going to fire it off. And Chriseay was so close.
It's not a debate anymore. It's still viable.
Here we go. Oh, wow. And that's going to do it. Tyler is going to take it 2-0 over